Meet Dave. Dave does push-ups almost every day. Dave also has no idea he's making at least 5 different mistakes, sometimes all in the same rep. By the end of this video, you'll know every one of them, how to fix them, which push-up variation to move on to next, and exactly how many you should actually be doing. Quick reason this matters before we get into it. Push-ups are one of the few exercises that need zero equipment and still train your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core all at once. But that only holds true if the form is actually right. Get it wrong and you're mostly just moving your body weight up and down without building much of anything. Let's start with the mistake almost everyone gets wrong first. Mistake 1. Sagging hips. Watch Dave. His hips are dropping toward the floor. His back isn't straight, it's banana-shaped. That puts stress straight into your lower back, and it means your core isn't doing any work at all. Fixed, straight line from shoulders to ankles. Core braced like you're about to get punched in the stomach. Mistake 2. Flared elbows. This one's sneaky because it doesn't look wrong at first glance. Elbows flaring straight out to the sides, almost level with your shoulders. It might feel stable, but it puts a huge amount of stress directly on the shoulder joint, and over time, that's how people end up with shoulder problems that keep them out of the gym for months. Fixed, elbows tuck in at roughly 45 degrees from your body. Not pinned to your sides, not flared out, somewhere in between. Mistake 3. Partial range. Dave stops about halfway down, bounces back up, and counts it as a rep technically, sure. Usefully? Not really. Half the range means half the muscle activation. Fixed, chest gets all the way down, close enough to the floor that you could rest your chin on it. Every single rep, no shortcuts. Mistake 4. The neck crane. Looking up and forward instead of keeping a neutral neck. It feels natural, but it puts unnecessary strain on your cervical spine, and it's one of those habits that quietly gets worse over time. Fixed, eyes down, slightly ahead of your hands. Neck stays in line with your spine, like it's just another part of that straight line from head to ankles. Mistake 5. Hand placement. Hand set way out in front of the shoulders, like a bench press gone wrong. It turns the push-up into more of a shoulder strain than a chest exercise, and it makes the whole movement feel harder than it needs to be. Fixed, hands roughly under your shoulders, maybe a couple of inches wider. If you drew a straight line down from your shoulder, your hand should land close to it. Let's put it all together. Straight line, head to heels. Elbows at 45 degrees. Full range, chest to the floor. Neutral neck. Hands under your shoulders. That's a push-up that's actually working for you instead of quietly working against you. Now, once the basic version is second nature, here's where to go next, roughly in order of difficulty. Knee push-up, the regression, not a variant to be embarrassed about. Same straight line rule, just from your knees instead of your toes. This is exactly where you should start if the full version breaks down before you hit good representatives. Standard push-up, what we just covered. This should be comfortable for 15 to 20 clean representatives before you move on. Wide push-up, hands set wider than shoulder width. Shifts more of the work onto your chest. Diamond push-up, hands together under your chest, forming a diamond with your fingers. Shifts the work onto your triceps, and it's noticeably harder than it looks. Decline push-up, feet up on a bench or step. Increases the load on your upper chest and shoulders significantly. Archer push-up, one arm stays straight out to the side while the other does almost all the work. This is where push-ups start becoming a serious single-arm strength exercise. Clap push-up, explosive, full-power version where your hands leave the floor. Only attempt this once everything above feels genuinely easy. This one's about power, not just strength. One more tip across every single variation, control the lowering part of the movement. 2 full seconds down, then push up with intent. Slowing down the lowering phase builds more strength than rushing through representatives ever will. A few questions people always ask. What if I can't do a single proper push-up yet? Start with an incline version, hands on a bench or a step instead of the floor, or the knee push-up we just covered. There's zero shame in either, everyone starts somewhere, and both build the exact same movement pattern you'll need later. How many representatives and sets should you actually do? For general strength, 3 to 4 sets of as many clean representatives as you can manage without your form breaking down is a great starting point. The moment your form starts to go, that set is over, whether you've hit a number or not. How often per week? Push-ups hit your chest, shoulders, and triceps, so treat them like any other pushing exercise. 2 to 4 times a week with at least a day of rest between sessions is plenty for most people. Which muscles are actually working? Primarily your chest and triceps, with your shoulders and core playing a serious supporting role. That's exactly why bad form, especially sagging hips, robs you of half the benefit. Are push-ups enough on their own? For general fitness, they'll take you a long way. But they don't cover pulling movements at all, so pair them with something like rows or pull-ups if you want a genuinely balanced upper body. My wrists hurt when I do push-ups, what's going on? Usually it's just the angle, your wrist bent back 60-70 degrees under load, which not everyone tolerates well. Try push-up handles, dumbbells, or a slight fist position to keep your wrist neutral, and it typically clears up fast. Should I warm up before push-ups? A couple of minutes of wrist circles and some slow, easy representatives first goes a long way, especially if you're doing a harder variation that day. Cold joints under load is a fast way to turn a good exercise into a bad afternoon. And if you feel like you've stopped improving? 90% of the time, it's not that you need a harder variation, it's that your current form has quietly gotten sloppy again. Go back to basics, film yourself from the side if you can, and check for every mistake we just covered. Quick recap: fix the hips, fix the elbows, fix the range, fix the neck, fix the hand placement. Then progress through the variations in order, don't skip straight to the hard ones. And keep your representatives and sets sensible, form always beats ego. Dave's been doing push-ups wrong for years, and fixing all 5 of these took him one focus session to start feeling in his form. Yours will take even less, because now you actually know what to look for. If this actually helped, subscribe. Dave's got a lot more form to fix, and a lot more videos coming. Stay Diesel.